Wagwan, everybody. Need for Speed News, let's do it. New special report. We actually have the new Under the Hood article from Mr. Ben Walk, put on the needforspeed.com website today. And basically it talks about a very heated topic in the Need for Speed community, and it has been very controversial, and that's the handling. Now, the handling in the past couple of Need for Speed games, we're going to take 2015 and Payback, for example. Those two were not the best. Payback's was better than 2015's, but 2015's handling was, so yeah, they really kind of need to work on handling, and this whole Under the Hood article kind of addresses that. Kind of get right into it, and it just kind of starts off with some mumble jumble, and then the one thing that kind of irks me, and I just got done roasting Ivory Tower for it, even though the handling has generally been received very well among a large parts of our audience. Yeah, keep believing that, Ghost. No. Everywhere I go, the one main complaint I see about this game is the handling. Hello, Bullshit Factory? I'd like to file a complaint. No, the handling model has not been received very well. I don't see many places where people are saying they like it. In fact, that's probably the biggest criticism I've seen of the past couple Need for Speed games is the handling model. So, here's the thing though. Here's the difference between Ivory Tower though and this. Both of them are trying to claim that something's been working well when it hasn't. With Ivory Tower, it was just their entire first year. With this game, it's their handling model. Ivory Tower have not really done much to correct their mistakes. They haven't done anything to kind of show that they're listening. Here, it's just more so of a, hey, like, we think that it's been working good, but from all the changes that they've pretty much shown in this Under the Hood article, leads me to believe that they themselves don't even really believe that, because I have a feeling if the handling model was well received by a large part of the community, I doubt there would be this many changes or these many new features when it comes to handling. I don't think those would really be a thing if the handling was truly, genuinely well received. I'm not going to read the whole thing out verbatim. I'll have a link to it in the description, but I just kind of want to point out some key things from this Under the Hood article that I found interesting. Like, for example, how, like, they're kind of opening up. They're kind of, like, making it, like, not all over the place, but, like, they're opening up everything so you can really fine-tune like your handling to your heart's desire. At least that's what they're attempting to do. Is it gonna work? Only time will tell. I've not played the game. I've not felt the physics. I've not felt the handling. But again, they tried. I have a feeling they tried the same thing with 2015, where they really wanted to try and cover all the bases when it comes to handling and trying to allow people to fine tune their handling. But a lot of the time, it just didn't work. And the handling in 2015 was just not good at all. So I can kind of see that they're trying the same formula again, only this time they're kind of adding in more factors and more variables to really fine-tune what you want to do with your handling, while at the same time, I believe, you're still going to have just a basic tune-up where I have a feeling it's going to be like Need for Speed Payback, but drifting's going to be different. Is that you can actually spin out. You can't just full throttle through corners anymore. You're actually, if you do that, you're gonna spin out. Like, you have to kind of feather the throttle or half throttle it to kind of keep that drift, which is actually very interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. And does this kill Brick to drift? Again, only time will tell. We don't really know any. I have not played the game yet, and most of you probably haven't. So again, this is another interesting thing that we're gonna have to see play out. And then handling such a hot topic, this can really kill the game for a lot of people. If the handling is not done right, it can really kill the game for a lot of people. Now, regardless, I'm gonna be playing the game regardless of if the handling's the best or the worst. If the handling if they get this wrong, then like that can really put off the game for a lot of people. And I have a feeling that after nearly 5 years of R&D working with 2015's physics and then Payback's physics, and now they have Heat's physics with all these different variables and everything, I have a feeling that they have a much better physics model. It looks like, just kind of from what I've seen and from all these variables, I have a feeling that they like this was a major like working point for them. Again, kind of going against their model of, oh, the community is generally well received this. I don't think they would have worked and added so many new variables and so many new features to handling if that was really the case. But there's actually kind of like a cross section here that they kind of pointed out. You have road, off-road, you have drift, and street. Now, kind of what the thing is, with street, it's going to be grip. Drift, obviously, drift. Off-road, obviously, and roads basically meant to be tarmac. So if you have like the car kind of set down to maybe like the road and street aspect, it's going to be a grip car. But if you have it street and drift, it's going to be like a drift car. And then same for off-road and off-road grip, off-road drift. That's kind of what the little cross thing that we actually saw in the customization thing. I'm guessing that's what that's for. So in Need for Speed Heat, you can apply several parts in 3 distinct categories that change the handling performance. I'm, of course, reading this off the thing. Suspension, differential, and tires. And each of these will move the car's handling style towards either the race, drift, off-road, or road categories. That cross I was talking about earlier. It moves them up, down, left, right, center. And then, like, depending on what type of parts you put on, it kind of moves it that way. Think about the tires from Need for Speed 2015. If you had maximum grip tires, your car would move over to the grip category, but if it had max drift tires, it would move over to the max drift category. It's kind of like the same thing. We have evolved the drift mechanics to make use of the player's skill and control even further for drift builds with the addition of the throttle control drift. For the first time in Need for Speed history, players can control the angle of the drift via their throttle, which is actually something really cool. So it's no longer a break to drift. There's actually going to be skill involved when it comes to drifting. And my guess is if you have a harder drift setup and you're pulling off like drifts with your harder skill setup, then you're probably going to get more points per drift. I guess that's how it's going to work. I'm not too sure. That's my only concern. My only concern is if I'm putting all this effort in to put down these cool drifts, like, I don't want to be outgunned by someone who just has the basic setup. Like, I feel like you should get more points for having a better drift setup. That's just personal preference, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. Now, to sum up my whole opinion on this, and there's a lot more information, so I'll leave the thing down in the description. This all sounds great on paper. 2015's handling sounded great on paper. Payback's handling sounded great on paper. And it seems like with every Need for Speed game, everyone's like, oh, this is the best handling for Need for Speed. Oh, this is the best handling for Need for Speed. I've not played the game. You more than likely have not played the game. So we're not going to find out if any of this actually if this means anything until we actually get our hands on the game. I seriously hope that this is all true. That this all right here works exactly as they're stating it does. And I have a bit more confidence in Ghost games because they've shown off like a lot of gameplay, and they showed off like a lot of stuff, and they've talked a lot about Need for Speed Heat already. So that really leads me to believe that like they actually have a working product here, and like they're not afraid to show off and talk about these things. I just kind of wish that along with this they would show off some gameplay showing off all of this new handling techniques and all these new techniques and new parts and everything, and just see some gameplay of like a grip build or like a drift build or like an off-road or road build. That would be super cool, and that would actually put a bit more confidence into me, and a lot of people probably too. So like I kind of wish we'd see some gameplay of this. This sounds great on paper. I'm just very skeptical because Payback's handling was not the best. It was better than 2015's, but it wasn't the best. 2015's was god-awful. I'm not going to sit here and lie. So, Ghost really have a checkered past when it comes to handling models. So, again, you really just kind of have to sit back and wait. It's a waiting game at this point. Can they talk the talk is really what I'm trying to say. Again, there's a lot more in this list. This is more just my opinion than actually just spitting out verbatim what was put on the Under the Hood article. If you want to read that, you can definitely do that there. But that's it. What do you guys think about the handling model in this game? You like it, you dislike it? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. That's it for Need for Speed News. Bye.